I'm here so I won't get fined.
You think you know sports? Well, you don't know. Well, you don't know Jack. The You Don't Know Jack Show starts now.
Hello and welcome to the You Don't Know Jack Show with Jonah, Aaron, and Carson. Today on the show, we're just gonna do a review and preview today. Kind of got a nice ring to it. We're gonna review our picks from the college and NFL weekend, and we're gonna start, of course, with the Arizona Cardinals. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna start with Dallas at Green Bay. We all knew it was gonna happen. At least us three did. Said the Cowboys were gonna beat the Packers. They beat them pretty handily, and we all picked the Cowboys, as I said. Anything that you were surprised about in that game, or were you expecting something similar to that, Aaron?
Aaron Rodgers still was off. That's about the only thing and the Cowboys defense continues to be solid. Other than that, the offense looked good as it has all year. And that's about it.
Yeah, that number one rushing defense. How'd that go for the Packers?
They haven't played anybody.
It's true. Like anybody that can run really well, like the Cowboys can. They haven't played anybody like that. So,
what'd you think of Bryce Butler? He had a pretty solid game. They had a really nice catch in the end zone.
pick him up on the waiver wire.
Did you?
No, I wouldn't do that.
No, Dez should be back after the bye.
I'd still put Butler in though.
I would put Butler. I don't know. Terrence hasn't been playing that bad, but I'd still probably put Butler ahead of him because
I think Butler
Terrence is really
getting up there.
Terrence is really just a big play receiver.
Yeah,
that's about it. I mean, there's
no like few yards here and there.
There's no upside really.
Could put Dez on one side. You could put Butler on the other side, and then have Beasley and Williams in the slots if you're going 4 wide receivers. So that is.
They usually only do that on third down.
Yeah.
Beasley was.
I would just bring Terrence in for if one of them needs a breather or if for a special package like a 4 wide receiver set.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beasley went off pretty heftily too.
Yeah, you're pretty happy about that, aren't you?
I still lost though.
I think Butler has more upside than Terrence right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, more bad Aaron Rodgers. That bad man has just been bad for the Packers.
He picks it up tonight for my fantasy team.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Packers and Bears game later tonight. That should be interesting to say the least, I would say. The Packers are favored still by 7.5 points, but we'll see if the Bears have anything to say. Remember, it's Hoyer.
I think this is the game where the Packers get back on track. I don't necessarily think
better be.
That means they're a Super Bowl contender, but
I don't think there's any way they're a Super Bowl contender right now.
Kind of like the Cardinals. They got back on track against the Jets, and now they're looking better. And I think the Packers will do the same tonight.
Yeah, they're going to have to, though, if they're going to get a wild card, because the Vikings are now 2.5 games ahead of them in the NFC North after that loss. So, some other games we picked the Denver and San Diego game. Joan and I both went with Denver, but Aaron went with the Chargers.
You guys are stupid.
And the Broncos take a huge step back, I think.
2 games in a row now for the Bronx.
I think the Chargers, that's like the game they needed.
Yeah,
obviously.
And they won it, obviously.
Finally.
That may be the game that catapults them into something.
Maybe. They actually closed out a game, and they kept it.
I just don't think Rivers
have
has
a
enough
really-
playmakers.
They kept it closed.
I think they have a really good team. They just have to learn how to close games, in which they did against the Broncos.
Against
so
the-
maybe
against
They did,
the-
yeah. And
against-
they tried to give it to the Broncos a few times,
Against
though.
the Super Bowl team, the
they
Broncos.
got better though.
They're a
And
better team, but they have a lot of
Did Simeon
injuries.
play?
And yeah, he did.
Oh. I
I'll
heard he
tell
didn't
you,
do
a
very
guy I
well.
like is a Hunter Henry guy.
Yes, he's
Although he did
pretty
cost him
solid.
that Colts game.
yeah. Yep.
Basically.
See, if they closed out all those games, they'd be pretty much
They
undefeated.
could
I
easily
think.
be undefeated, right?
Yeah.
now.
I
Yeah.
think they have that like
But-
missing component.
Well,
though.
and I think part of that's on Phillip Rivers, but I think the other part of it is on their coach, Mike McCoy.
Well,
He
people
is-
keep fumbling. That's not Rivers' fault. If he throws
Right.
the receiver and they fumble, it's like
right, but I think
what
some
are
of
you
the
supposed to do?
they need better receivers.
I think some of the play calling, like from their coach, like even just going for it on 4th and 1 instead of kicking the field goal, I think you need to have more aggression in your play calling.
I bet he wishes he went for the fourth.
Well, there was
against
one
the,
4th
against
down.
the Saints.
Yeah.
I don't get why
It was
people.
fourth
Fourth and
down,
it was
they-
fourth and like inches, and they fucked up the snap or messed up the snap.
I don't
sorry.
get why.
And yeah, they lost. So it's like
I don't get why teams
go for it.
like if
why
they're
not?
on the goal line and it's 4th and 1. Why don't they
Look
just
at the
try
Raiders
to punch
against
it in,
the Saints. They went for 2 to win it. Like
Because they're right
Gotta-
there.
gotta
And
be
if they
Yeah.
don't get it, if they don't get the 4th down, they're right there.
Yeah.
So they get like a safety or something.
I
don't
think
get
if
why
they would have
teams don't.
if they would have gone for it on one of those kicks that they did, and then I think they would have had a bigger lead, and Denver would have had no shot at getting back in. That could have changed the whole complexion of the game, but Denver did actually almost come back and
Yeah,
tie it,
that's,
they-
that's the Chargers' problem.
but
They're lucky that they-
Chargers
they came
somehow
back.
were able to close it out at the end, which for them is good.
Demaryius Thomas. That's why.
And Demaryius Thomas.
Yeah, that was
good
terrible
ol'
fumble.
6 points.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's how that game went. That was the Thursday night game last week, and then you had San Francisco at Buffalo. Kaepernick's first game back, and it did not go well. Under 200 yards passing,
What'd you expect?
and only one touchdown. And Aaron
Thank
got
you.
another one right. He picked
Which one?
the old Bills. Joan and I had the 49ers.
Oh
How are
God,
you
the
gonna
Bills
pick the
won.
49ers? in that?
I picked the 49ers because I thought Kaepernick was going to have a big
you
game.
want?
Yeah,
but,
totally.
Apparently that was not the case.
They started
told me
out,
to-
they
you told me
started
to-
out pretty well, and
You told me to pick up Colin too.
Well,
Um,
it was just a hunch, man. It was
they
a hunch.
started out pretty well, and it was close.
Yeah.
And then the Bills just freaking.
Yeah.
Stafford-
After halftime, it was like
Stafford
bye.
got me 35.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that
I'm
was
glad I went with that choice.
that was a good trade there for the old Jones so far.
Yeah, still
Um,
am.
Fantasy
Have like a f-
podcast coming soon
I
from
have
the
like-
Jack
I have
Show
like
people.
a 5 losing streak right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
So yeah, Bills handling the 49ers handily.
And it's actually pretty easy to think about.
Yeah. And then the Lions hosting the Rams. We all picked the Rams to win that game.
And
And
Stafford went off.
the Lions actually ended up winning it in the end. It was a pretty close game
I feel like the
for
Lions
the most part.
are like that team, like the Chargers. Like they have what it takes. They just can't, they can't really score enough. Or,
Yeah, they don't have
keep the
enough
lead.
playmakers offensively.
Yeah, they can't keep the lead going.
Yep.
That's why they're always like a 9-7, 8-8 team, like every year.
Yep, 8-8 once again with Jeff Fisher.
Yeah.
And then the Patriots beating the Bengals. We all picked the Patriots, of course. That was a closer game than I kind of thought it would be at first, and then the Patriots kind of ended up taking it
The Patriots just
pretty well in the end.
The Patriots are the most elite team like ever made. pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
Like they were made by like the gods themselves.
It's the master Bill Belichick himself who
Yeah.
gets the win, even though they suffered a close loss or a 16-0 loss to Buffalo. It's been the Tom Brady show the last couple of weeks,
Well, yeah.
and he is back. And
At least
I think the Patriots are
he wasn't coming back from like an injury.
back too.
If Tom Brady gets injured, they have no hope at all ever.
I would disagree with that.
Well-
if Garoppolo's back, I think they'll still win that division, honestly.
Yeah, I mean Garoppolo is a quarterback, but like a starting quarterback. But Tom Brady is Tom Brady.
He is. I don't think they'd win the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo,
No.
but they would for sure get in the playoffs.
Yeah, but
and maybe even win one playoff
Tom Brady
game.
is that guy, like the high caliber.
Yeah,
We all thought last year that Palmer was going to be that, and look at how.
Yeah,
well
Palmer he's great, man.
Woo, Palmer.
He's great. And then we had the Colts at Texans game, which was pretty close in the end. Again, Houston getting the win. We all picked the Colts, unfortunately. Thought the Colts were going to close it out after Houston got demolished by the Vikings, but
Colts are another team like that, man.
Colts again putting our hopes up after they were up by 14 at one point in the game, and
I feel like
end up losing.
I feel like you
couldn't close like the Chargers.
I feel like people blame Andrew Luck like they blame Phillip Rivers for like losing games.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Luck's fault. It's just their defense is awful.
And then you had New York Jets at Arizona Cardinals.
The worst game.
Yeah,
in
that
NFL
was
history.
Yeah, Monday night just keeps getting worse with these games. Arizona won. We all picked Arizona.
Of course.
Then we had
Geno Smith.
We had Philadelphia at Washington, and we all picked Washington, and Washington again wins.
Woo!
And they are slowly becoming the second best team in that division as Philadelphia is starting to fall off a little bit of a cliff here now.
Carson was right.
Do you think the Redskins have a chance to either make the playoffs or at least compete with the Cowboys in the division there, Aaron?
No.
See, that's the thing, though.
No.
Nope.
The Cowboys,
they do not
have a history of like they usually struggle against the Eagles and the Giants, but when it comes to the Redskins, they find out a way to win most games.
Yeah.
Sometimes they lose, but
Cousins will throw another pick to Barry Church at the end of the game.
In the end zone.
Cherry Birch.
Got him.
Yeah.
And then we had probably one of the best, if not the best games of the week, Atlanta at Seattle.
That game was wow.
And you guys both picked Atlanta, and I picked the Seahawks. And the Seahawks.
Atlanta.
Yeah, man.
Seahawks picked.
They got screwed over.
Seahawks get the win.
So close.
Yeah, they did get pretty well screwed over on that call. That was not a call, actually.
It was a non-call.
Sherman PI on Julio Jones, but everybody said that the Falcons' drive before that they should have been able to score on that drive, and they messed that up big time.
Is Matty Ice slipping?
So, well, and you got one of the best defenses still in the league, which honestly I'm surprised they scored as many points as they did. Honestly,
I think Seattle is still that team to compete with. Really.
Yeah, they are.
They're always that.
They're still
team
top
that's
3
there.
in the NFC, I think, right now.
Yeah, they're always
Wilson
there.
has not been performing the greatest, but again, it's been good enough to win. So
yeah, the defense is what.
The defense does it again. That sounds like the Vikings' motto this season.
Pretty much.
So yeah, we all scattered some picks around. We all had some games completely right. We had some games completely wrong. And it was kind of a mix on some of these games. So that was the NFL recap. Well, now we'll quickly jump into the college recap. We did 4 games that we predicted. Iowa and Purdue was the first one, and Purdue did not win. They lost by Iowa 42-28, I believe. Was it 49-35? I don't know. Whatever.
Jeez.
We won by 14, and I said they had to win by 14 to impress me, at least. Or I would be upset if they didn't win by more than 14. So they won by 14. Exactly. So I'm still a little bit unimpressed with the defense, but it was Kirk Ferentz's fault for putting in the backups way too soon. That was pretty bad, I thought.
Stupid Kirk Ferentz.
Yeah.
He's the best.
Best what?
I don't know.
The
Coach.
best coach in the Big Ten West? Yeah, I could go with that.
Sure. Dumb.
And then the other 3 games we picked, we all picked an upset on a different game. We went Alabama, number 1 Alabama at number 9 Tennessee. And both Joan and I picked Bama, and Aaron went with an upset. Didn't say it was for sure going to happen, but he thought maybe Tennessee had a chance. He went with
Not
Tennessee,
even close.
and that was not close.
Can't just
And
once have a close game with Bama.
well, we're going to talk about our only college game we're going to predict this week, and it's Alabama and Texas A&M. It should be interesting, hopefully. We'll talk about that later.
Talk about that later.
Talk about that.
And Ohio State at Wisconsin, probably one of the better games of the weekend. Wisconsin losing in overtime. He got sacked on the final play of the game. How do you do that? Like, seriously.
Who are we talking about?
That's a lot of talent.
Wisconsin and Ohio State. Gets sacked on the final play of the game.
Ohio State.
Is-
Pick Wisconsin.
It's like pathetic. So, Aaron and I both picked Ohio State.
No, you didn't.
Who didn't?
You didn't, I thought.
No, Jonah picked Wisconsin.
You're an idiot.
I picked Ohio State.
Go home, you're drunk.
And you picked Ohio State.
Jonah's picking Wisconsin tomorrow, too. Or no, Saturday.
Tomorrow, too.
Tomorrow!
Friday night football, college
Hawks haven't played
style.
on Friday in 20 years.
So, yeah, that was a close game, though. That was pretty good. But, again, Wisconsin's offense fails in the end. So
Woo!
that's how it usually
Against Mish, too.
goes. And now they're behind Iowa, technically, in the Big Ten standings. They've lost 2 Big Ten games. Iowa's only
shoot.
lost 1.
Yeah, Nebraska, though.
Yeah, the old Nebrusque.
Killing me.
But they're going to have some tough games. They got to play Ohio State. They got to play Wisconsin. They got to play
Ohio
Iowa.
Ohio State.
Yeah,
I
so
ain't want to pay no Ohio State.
they'll be lucky to get out of that cluster of games with with 1 win, honestly. Like, I think they'll lose to Wisconsin. I think they'll lose to Ohio State, and Iowa could very well beat them too. So, but it'll be interesting. The Big Ten West remains a mystery. So, and then we have Ole Miss at Arkansas. Number 12 Ole Miss and number 22 Arkansas. You guys both went with the O, and I went with the Ark, and the Ark with the win.
Ole Miss.
And
Every time I pick them, and I'm like, oh, this is their year. They're going to be good.
And the old Aaron says to me before I make the pick, he says, "Oh, you're gonna go with that upset of all the upsets," and I did go with that upset, boy. What do you think about it now?
I don't like you.
So those were our picks. Jonah's was closer than Aaron's, but again, both fall short, and can never bet against Alabama or Urban Meyer, it seems like. So that's kind of what the college story is. Don't bet against either one of those guys. So we will take our first break of the show, and when we come back, we are going to do college prediction. And I say prediction because we're only doing like 1 game. Well, actually, we'll do 2 games. We'll do the Iowa game and Wisconsin,
Take Jordan Reed out.
and
I don't
we'll
think he's gonna
also do the
Can you even read their notes? Seriously.
we'll do the Alabama and Texas A&M game.
Vernon Davis?
So,
Why?
All right, we will take a break, and we'll be
Pick 'em
right
up.
back to more with the You Don't Know Jack show
Dennis
right
Pitta and
after
against
this.
Heading to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Baltimore, New York, London, or anywhere in the world and need a rent-a-car? Well, check out CarRental8.com, where you'll find the same car for less money. CarRental8.com sells all the brands like Dollar, Thrifty, Budget, Avis, Hertz, Alamo, Europcar, and so much more at affordable rates. We'll beat any price by a minimum of 30%. So check us out online at CarRental8.com or call us at 1-813-343-8138. That's 1-813-343-8138.
Use the promo JACKSHOW5, that's JACSHOW5, to get 5% off your next car rental. Use all capital letters when you type in the promo code. Now back to the show. And welcome back to the You Don't Know Jack show with Jonah, Aaron, and
We're having our own
Carson.
show over
Carson,
here.
Aaron, and Jonah.
Yeah.
You know,
Jonah
Taz show.
joined the show without even knowing it the other day because I messed up. So, here we go. Alabama hosting Texas A&M at Bryant
Nice
Denny
close.
Stadium in
Long play
Tuscaloosa.
on there. He shouldn't even had a touchdown last week.
So Alabama at Texas A&M or hosting Texas A&M. I keep
Dude.
saying that. Aaron, who you got?
Who?
Bama, Texas A&M.
A&M's got this one. Bama, you gotta lose. Sorry.
Think so?
I'm gonna keep picking against them until they lose.
Until they lose, you
Seriously.
might be picking for
I-
a lifetime.
I doubt they'll lose, but A&M, I don't know.
I think
They
I'm gonna
got
go
some
with A&M
playmakers.
too.
They got some playmakers.
I think I'm
there,
gonna go with
so-
A&M too. You'd think, well, Alabama's gonna win because it's at Alabama.
Well, I
blah,
think the
blah, blah.
last time, 2 times I picked against A&M and they won. So
Then you pick against Alabama, and then they still, and then they win too.
yeah, so I'm kind of stuck between.
Stuck in the middle with you. Can't say that. Sorry. Jonah,
What?
who you got? A&M, Alabama.
Bam.
Oh, Jonah, don't do it. Don't do it.
Why would I do?
I don't know what you did. And then there's actually another interesting sort of game. Number 17, Arkansas goes to number 21, Auburn. And Auburn's actually favored by 9.5 over Arkansas. I'm going to take Arkansas in this game. Aaron, what do you think?
Who do we got? I'm not paying attention.
Arkansas at Auburn. Number 17, Arkansas. Number 21, Auburn.
I'm gonna go Auburn.
They're favored by 9.5, and they're rated 4 spots
I
below.
wouldn't favor them
Arkansas.
that high, but what are you doing?
Goodness, that's quite a high favoring there.
Hey, cutie.
Jonah, who you got? Ark or Awe?
Shock
Ark.
and awe.
Uh,
Jonah's got Jonah's Ark.
yeah.
Noah's
That's Noah's.
Jark.
You're an idiot.
Who you got, Jonah? Who you got?
I got
Arkansas,
Ark.
Auburn.
Get out of here.
What?
Ark.
Ark?
Yeah.
Ooh, baby. Oh, I just got an alert from Bleacher Report Team Stream. Iowa approves $89.9 million revitalization of Kinnick Stadium's entire north end zone.
I
Woo!
just got an update that says Tyler Eifert is back at practice.
You have him on your team or something?
No,
Oh.
just an ESPN update.
Well, that could be big for the old Bungles.
That's what they've been missing, I think.
That is a big miss because he had a lot of touchdowns in the red zone, especially last year, because I had him on my fantasy team. And then Iowa hosting Wisconsin. Iowa defeated Wisconsin 10-6 last year. Basically, Iowa had the same team. Wisconsin, maybe a little bit of different, but honestly, I think Wisconsin's got a pretty much similar team as they did last year too. Wisconsin's favored by 3.5. Aaron, who you get?
For Wisconsin and who? Iowa.
Yeah.
Let's go Wisconsin. No, I'm gonna pick Iowa. I think this is their week to prove that they still belong in the top ranks. It'll be close though.
Are you expecting a low-scoring game or a high-scoring
It'll
game?
be a defensive struggle,
Be kind of like
just
last
like
year.
last year.
Hopefully, Iowa can score more than 10 points this
Yeah,
time.
might need to.
They might need to, yes. Especially the way the defense has been playing. I'll take Iowa against every bone in my body. No, just kidding. but I'll take Iowa. I think Ferentz is going to have the guys ready for this game. Unlike the other games they've lost. So, Jonah, who you got?
Iowa. Yeah.
Ooh, we got Iowa too. Oh my goodness. Can we believe it?
No.
Can we believe?
Stop.
All right, so those are the 3 games we will predict for college this week.
Let's get to the most important part.
We'll take another quick break and be back for NFL predictions coming up after this.
Do you like shopping on Amazon? Well, now you can do it by helping the show at the same time. Go to the website youdon'tknowjackshow.com and click on any of the Amazon links, and then you can bookmark it. And every time you shop on Amazon, click the bookmark. It's the easiest way to support us without any extra cost to you. Now back to the show.
And welcome back to the You Don't Know Jack Show with Aaron, Jonah, and Carson. Messing it up on purpose. All right, so there's some interesting games this weekend in the NFL. The least interesting, but the most interesting at the same time, because we want to see if the Packers can actually do something, is the Packers. And the Packers are hosting the Bears tonight.
Go Pack, go tonight.
7:25 on
Yeah, what is that on?
CBS, NFL Network, and Twoot.
I gotta watch it tonight.
Twooters.
I got Crosby and Rogers, so here we go.
All right, so Aaron's got the Pack. Are they back, Jonah? What do you think?
I say upset city openers.
Bears?
Yeah.
I like it, but I'm going to go with the Packers.
Yeah,
You guys are
You just
stupid.
can't do it.
As
As much as you want to.
much as I want to pick the Bears, but I think the Packers got it.
Dude, stop it.
Picking upsets then.
Why? I'm
Um,
upset.
and the Packers have won 10 of the past 12 meetings between the teams, but did lose last year on a Thursday night game to the Bears at home, so it's kind of interesting. But now we will move upon.
That was with Cutler, though.
Yeah, Kootler.
Surprisingly, the Bears won with Cutler.
Yeah. Who would have thought? I think Jordan Howard could have a big game tonight, but I think the Packers still win. All right. Philadelphia hosting the Vikes. Vikes favored
Vikes.
by 3.
Vikes. What do you got?
Vikings.
Vikings.
Vikings. Okay,
I think we got the Vikings. I think I'll take them by probably 10 to 14, no more than that probably, though, because I think the Eagles will keep it decently close for a while at least. But, yeah, I don't think Wentz is going to have too much success. He hasn't had much success against mediocre defenses the last couple of weeks. So
The Eagles have been on the wrong end of.
they've been
trending downward.
they're hanging on that cliff right now. I think they're gonna break their hand
I'd
off.
say the only 2 teams in that division will be the Cowboys, Redskins. That will be
Yep.
up there.
And then we got an interesting game here. 3-3 Detroit hosting 4-2 Washington.
I'm going to go with Detroit. Stafford's hot right now.
I'm gonna go with Detroit.
I say Detroit
Riddick's
too.
out and Ebron's out yet.
I got
which
that
kinda
Detroit.
hurts,
And
but
I am gonna go with Detroit too, just because I think this roller coaster NFC East, other than the Cowboys, it's
I
gonna just keep
honestly
on
think
going
this-
up and down,
this-
up and down.
that game could be a shootout. I honestly
It should
think,
be, yeah.
It could be, yeah.
which is good because I have Garcon, because Steve Smith won't get healthy.
Oh.
Ah,
You picked up Garcon?
yeah. No
I was
Jordan
thinking about
Reed,
it.
No Theo
Ugh.
Riddick, no Ebron.
But
I have
But
Deshaun
Jordan,
Jackson
though.
now, so he needs to have a big game.
I have Stafford, so if it's
All
a shootout,
right.
Helps
I
all 3 of
will-
us.
I will get like
Unless
45.
one of us has the Redskins or Detroit defense.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pick those
I'm
guys
glad I
up.
didn't, or I'm sad I had the
still have the-
Lions defense last week.
I still have the Falcons.
They
D.
gave up so much to the Rams. I thought they would limit the Rams pretty well, but
I don't know
that
why I
did
kept
not
the
happen.
Falcons in for the Seahawks game.
Oof.
Yeah.
Don't know about that.
They're playing San Diego, though.
So, last 3 games we'll talk about, or 2 of them are primetime games. We'll talk about this one first. New England at Pittsburgh. A lot of people
Oof.
thinking Pittsburgh is going to lose because Ben Roethlisberger's out. But I don't know. It could be interesting.
Is this going to be your upset pick?
Patriots are going to murder them. If
Yeah.
Ben was playing, then it'd be close. But
I still
Patriots
think
by
the Patriots
7.5.
win. I still think the
Pa-
Patriots
I
win.
think the Patriots by at least 14.
Yeah.
I think it'll
they're
be
gonna-
close, but
they're
I
gonna
think
start
Tom
out-
Brady wins it.
They're gonna start out throwing. I
Now, if
think.
it would have been Jimmy G in this game, then I would have maybe considered taking
No, it'll be
Well,
Steelers.
If Roethlisberger was still in, I'd still take the Patriots.
it'll be the Patriots by a long shot.
Yeah,
I don't think it will be as bad of a game as people think, because I think
Is that
Le'Veon Bell
Philadelphia
is going to
game?
help out Landry Jones a little bit, and I think
Is that
still has Antonio Brown.
that
Still
Philadelphia game?
What?
That Philadelphia game
What about it?
against the Steelers?
What about it?
Is it gonna be that bad?
Oh, I don't think
Idiot.
so. Well, the
It could be.
Steelers just lost
Could be.
to a team they shouldn't have last week, so I think they're gonna play a lot better this week. I would think.
Did they play last week?
They played the Dolphs
Oh
and
God, they lost
to
to them.
Yes,
How?
Roethlisberger missed half the game and came
Ugh.
back in. Yeah, it was bad.
They
Ugh.
still aren't playing well regardless.
But yeah, again, I think New England wins because Tom Brady's Tom Brady,
I
and
think they kill him.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be as bad. But
Yep.
I still think New England
Carson,
wins.
please.
That's a blowout of a
Seattle at Washington, or
Washington's gonna lose.
Arizona!
Seattle, Washington.
Washington's gonna lose twice in the same week.
Yeah.
To two different teams.
We're going Seattle at Arizona. Arizona's favored by
I'm gonna go
2.
with Zunu
How is Arizona favored to win?
because they're coming back.
They're the home
How?
They got it.
They're the home team.
Would you shut up with your how? They're doing it. Jeez.
No, Seattle all the way.
Nope. I'm gonna go with the Cards.
Seattle by 21.
It'll be close. It'll be extremely close. Game-winning field goal, Cardinals.
Seattle by 3.
24-21 Cardinals.
Here's my prediction. I
Something like
think
that.
the Cardinals are going to be down by 1 on their final possession. They're going to have a chance to kick the go-ahead thing with Cat and Zero, and
Miss it.
and
They
he's
gonna
going to
miss
miss it.
You're gonna miss
He's
it.
going to miss it. I think the
Game winner.
Seahawks
Here we
win
go.
24-23.
Or they're gonna throw a pick to end the game.
Or
It's gonna go to Richard Sherman.
I got the
Richard
Cardinals.
Sherman.
They're gonna ride
He's gonna
David
run it all the way
Johnson
back.
into the Johnston.
got David Johnson, Richard Sherman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be a heck of a game. It probably will
that's-
be the best game of the
yeah,
week. And
I
again,
think so.
Sunday Night Football, they get it.
Cowboys against nobody.
That'll be a great game.
That's the best.
Cowboys
game.
against bye.
And then
what
here's
team
an
is bye?
interesting game, sort of. Houston at Denver Monday night.
I got
Denver's
Texans.
favored by
I
8.5.
got Houston.
I got
Denver's
Houston.
favored by 8.5. I can't believe that. That is
No, I think
that's
I think
crazy.
they're still gonna start sliding.
Houston.
I think
think
I think
losing-
Brock's gonna struggle in his return to Denver, and I think the
Lo-
Broncos got it.
Yeah, but losing to the Chargers.
Don't
How?
pick the Broncos.
I don't
again.
think it's gonna be by 8.5, but
Nope. I get the old
Texans.
Houston.
Yeah. I don't care if Denver's favored.
I think
or not.
Houston's gonna have a
Houston's gonna win.
Problo tonight
Gonna
or
ride
Monday night.
If they
Lamar
lose,
Miller into the sunset.
if the Broncos lose to the Texans, I have lost hope for the
Unfortunately.
Broncos.
no, I don't think Miller will do too great.
Because
But-
there's no way you're gonna lose to two crappy teams consistently.
Yeah,
I think
Or
it'll be
consecutively.
that one will also be really really close.
Yeah.
yeah.
like a
I
field
don't
goal.
think it. I don't think either team would win by more than one score. I think it'll be
be
down
really
to the
close.
wire.
I just
Monday night
don't-
might have a good game this week, actually. Believe
Except
it
for
or
that
not.
New England game.
Simeon just
Oh,
didn't look
gosh.
good last week.
They're gonna win by
and
3 touchdowns.
The run game didn't look good, and I don't know.
They just couldn't get anything.
Joey
going.
Bosa had a pretty big night that night too. See, that's the thing though. I don't know. I mean, Clowney obviously, but I don't know. I think Denver's offensive line will improve for this game just enough, and they'll
Yeah,
get the
we'll
dub.
see.
I think Osweiler's going to
You're
struggle
gonna
in his return.
Keep picking the Broncos and keep being wrong,
Yeah.
Yeah.
even though you projected them to go 6-10, but you keep picking them.
Well, that's because they were 4-0, and now
Makes
they're
sense.
4-2.
Makes sense.
Yeah, dude, they're gonna keep losing.
I don't know. They're
They're gonna be
gonna.
the Falcons of last
They're
year.
gonna still go
Start
6
out
and 10.
hot and just
Yeah, they're just gonna slide.
Hey, if they still go 6-10, then that'd
Like
be
the
great.
Eagles.
Because then I'd be right. But
The Eagles are gonna do that too.
I think I said 8-8 for the Broncos. Right now they look like an 8
Yeah.
team.
They do.
yeah.
Without their MVP.
So quickly, some news here. Eddie Lacy placed on IR for the Packers
That actually, I think that bodes well for Rodgers, honestly.
Could.
I just think Lacy just took up too much of the offense, and he was effective, but he wasn't.
He
you know
wasn't
what I mean?
AP.
He wasn't, and he's not that good in the pass game.
He wasn't Ezekiel Elliott either.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It could be like the Adrian Peterson thing where the Vikings offense has got more versatility to it now.
Dynamics, and open it up. Yeah.
But I don't even know who they're going to start at running back tonight. I honestly
I
don't
don't
know
know.
because Starks is hurt.
Don Jackson or something. They have Niall Davis too.
Yeah, they have Niall Davis.
Oh,
that
yeah, they got him.
that is a good pickup
And
actually.
they played Ty Montgomery too. They
Yeah,
played
Ty
How'd
him.
they get rid of
Montgomery.
him? Before Spencer Ware, they only had like Charkand.
Also, the Jets, even though they released a
backup.
statement earlier this week that they were going to start Fitz, they are actually starting Geno Smith this week.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Win,
So-
maybe?
So they actually, let's
Should
see,
I
who do they
start a
play?
Jets receiver?
No, wouldn't do that.
They play host to the Ravens.
You
Do
know
they have a
what's gonna
chance?
happen? I'm gonna be mad if Enunwa has a big game with Geno Smith. I'll be like, "Are you kidding me?"
About Decker.
He won't throw to any of his
Decker's hurt,
big
Donnie.
targets.
Oh, he is.
He
IR.
won't
Shit.
throw to Brandon Marshall. He won't throw to whoever. He'll just throw to Nunwa
I
the whole
actually
game.
think I commented on a Facebook post and I said somebody was talking smack about Decker and I was like, "Hey, I think that's part of the reason the Jets are struggling right now,
Yeah, Decker
Could be.
is
especially in the red zone."
like they don't miss
Yeah,
him
he gives
until
them
he's
another
gone.
threat on offense.
Yeah.
And then
he helped balance.
Yeah,
their
they don't
offense out.
miss him.
Now he's just fucking not freaking.
the Jets are actually favored against the Ravens.
Now he's just funneling throws to Brandon Marshall and then he gets
Yep.
picked off and it's like, oh,
Do you think the Jets actually can get a win against the Ravens?
I think so. I think Flacco's not going to play. They said he's not. And
Oh, really?
Steve Smith is out also. so-
Anyway.
Oh yeah,
I
that,
The Ravens are on a 2-game.
that's
losing
why the Jets are
streak,
favored
too,
by 2.5.
Oh,
then.
and you wanted me to start Pitta.
Yeah. They still have some catching.
And then the last
Some.
piece of news here for the
not gonna go
NFL.
what
The
he's
NFL is
projected.
going to investigate the Giants
Yeah, whatever.
kicker Josh Brown. He admitted to multiple incidents of domestic violence against his ex-wife,
You're not
my
supposed
God.
to admit it.
and they surfaced again Wednesday. The NFL will review the case and I can't even talk, and possibly hand out further punishment. The
How do you get Panaba?
but the Giants released him.
That makes me want to scream.
He was initially suspended 1 game for
Right.
violating the
And
league's
then he came
personal
back and kicked
conduct
some field
policy.
goals, and now he's gonna be kicking himself in the face or something.
His violation, he described it as a single moment, but there has been more cases.
Single moment, I felt like punching
I feel like hitting her repeatedly.
LeSean McCoy out. Could miss more than 1 week.
So, what are your guys' thoughts
Did you
on
hear that
this?
update?
Obviously, domestic violence is not good, but
McCoy's out for
LeSean is.
possible multiple weeks.
Oh,
Yep. And
good
he's
for
on
old
Jake's team.
Juker. And I don't. And he doesn't have good old.
Yeah, he does.
Doesn't have my guy anymore, Melvo.
Oh, well, he's got
Melvo
McCoy's
Gordo.
backup, or handcuff, as I call it. I'm starting Mike Davis this week. Carlos Hyde is out.
Ooh.
Interesting. What do you guys think quickly
A lot of
about
running
the?
backs out.
What do you guys think about the Josh Brown situation?
I think he's an idiot, and he needs to go hit the kicking net like Odell. I think he's an idiot.
Well, I think
so.
I think it's proving to be a great decision by the Giants, though, because to cut him because
So who they
even
got?
after that 1 game, I don't even know. I can check for you.
It's not like it really matters. I mean, they could
It
have
might.
Eli frickin' kick.
It could happen. hey,
They really have.
it could hurt their chances moving forward.
Yeah, but
What if they miss a
Have they
game-winning kick or two?
have they had any chances?
Oh, actually, they said he's still on the roster. I thought
Yeah, I
somebody
saw
said they
on
released him.
fantasy he was still on the Giants, so that's why I was like, what?
What?
No, they just reopened the case. They haven't made the call on it.
Oh, they cut Bullock and gave.
Wow.
They cut Randy Bullock. That was a month ago. They cut him and then gave Brown his job back, and now his
Well,
ex-wife
because they-
claims 20 domestic violence acts.
Jesus.
I don't know
man.
if it's that many, but my goodness, this is.
And then
This is
people
not good.
wanted to think it was only black guys doing it.
Yeah. This is not good at all for anybody to hit their wife or hit a girl. Period. But this
should
is
stop
pathetic.
hitting Jonah then.
Yeah.
Dang it! I knew it. I knew it.
But anyway, I think he's gone. He's done.
Yeah, they're gonna have to.
It said on his notes in fantasy like that he's toast or something.
Yeah, he
Yep,
is
pretty much.
toast.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think the Giants could even do as a kicker? They'll probably have to re-sign Bullock
They're
again.
gonna sign Dan Bailey.
Yeah.
He's a free agent. Right now.
Dan Bailey's gonna play for both teams.
They're gonna trade for Blair Hall.
Oh
A
my
first-round
gosh.
pick.
Yeah.
First round pick. Hey, I'd go for it.
Yeah,
Get
that's
our
not gonna
pick
happen.
back
The
from
Vikings
Bradford.
would probably not even do it. They'd be like, "No, Blair's our kicker." He's
Yeah,
our guy."
probably.
Yeah, he's like Romo.
We
from
Hey,
trust
you know what
him
they
so
could do?
much.
They have Robbie Gold is in free agency. They could go after him.
They gotta have somebody.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna?
You know what I would do? I'd cut him right now and go after Robbie Gold. I mean,
You're
why
gonna
not?
have to because
There's really no other person you
the
can
NFL's
go-
gonna suspend him.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
the
Then
he's
you're
gonna
with-
probably be done for the year, if not into
you
next
know
year.
what? One of the teams in the division should sign Robbie Gold
Yeah.
just so the Giants can't get him, and
Yeah.
then they don't get a kicker.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other free agents out there.
the
But
Eagles should do it.
pick up the best kicker left in free agency that they're looking
No,
at.
you can't be that sneaky.
Yeah, you can.
You
Well, that's
can't do
basically
that.
what.
Good strategy.
horrible.
That's
there.
basically what Chip Kelly did that like a year ago. That people thought, well, they didn't sign they signed DeMarco Murray, so the Cowboys couldn't get him back or something.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, they didn't use him correctly.
yeah, how'd that go for you there, old Chip?
He's playing well this year, though.
Let's get all the players that don't fit into my
Put on
system.
Titans.
That's a
Man,
great
I
idea.
I should have got Murray in fantasy. He's doing good. I think he's
Plays for
got
the- plays for the
he's got
Titans.
20 plus games in all or points in all games. I think.
Interesting. Good thing
Yeah.
I didn't get Henry because they're still using Murray. All right. So we'll have another basketball episode for you next week. It'll be our second one. We'll talk some basketball news. It'll probably be a pretty short one since we already did our picks for opening night. And then we'll have a review and preview next week as well for the NFL episode of the show. Anything for you guys to add on?
Never mind. He only had 12.5 last week. He's been
Who's that?
scoring really well though. He's got 526 yards, 4 rushing touchdowns,
Jeez.
24 catches,
Marco Murray.
172 yards,
Oh,
and
Murray.
2 receiving
Jeez.
touchdowns.
Yeah. Anyway,
He
my
almost
fantasy
has as
team
many
sucks.
points as he did last year already.
Hey, mine sucks too. Even though I
If I don't beat
got a
Tyler,
pretty good
I'm gonna like
trade.
You're
shoot
not gonna
myself.
beat him.
Dude,
Dabba
he
dabba
is-
doo.
he's one of the worst
Yeah,
in
but
the league.
his team
Dabba
has
dabba
scored
doo.
more points than yours. He's just gotten scored against a lot.
How has he
You
not
actually
won?
could beat him because
He's
Antonio
gotten
Brown
scored
might
again a
not do
lot.
much.
Scored against a lot.
We'll see.
I don't know how like he
Teams
has
should
he has
be
such a
better.
good team though.
If he had my schedule, he'd probably be undefeated.
Yeah.
If I had Randy Randerson's schedule, I'd
Shut
be
up.
undefeated.
You're not having it.
Yeah, well, he's not having your schedule, so shush.
I desperately need a win.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm probably not gonna win.
Because
I'm not gonna win
found
anymore.
out that it was top 6 teams and not top 3 from each division.
Oh, top 6 period.
There's no way
Yep.
I'm gonna.
Well, the division winner gets in automatically, but
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
it's top 4 after that. And I'm in 6th right now, so like
There you go.
I could go.
yikes.
I
Gotta
could
start
go.
winning.
I could go 9-5 if I just win.
If you went out, yeah, that's what I gotta do too.
There's no way.
You'll
I'm
be
doing
lucky to match your record from last year.
Ooh, got
true.
him.
Shut up.
I had-
You'll
I had a
be right
horrible
there with
record.
him,
I know.
and I'll probably be like 8.
I think I had like. I think it was like 3-11 at the end of the
As
year.
long as I make the playoffs for the first
So
time. in
bad,
3
I can't
years,
win a
that'd be good.
game.
I do think I did improve my team as a whole, though, with my last couple trades. But anyways, not that anybody cares about our fantasy teams,
Yeah.
but
Oh, shut up. They care.
anyways, so this has been the You Don't Know Jack Show. We'll be back with an episode of basketball and football next week. Enjoy your weekend, everybody.
Leave me alone.
Have a
Leave me
good
alone.
day.
Bye.
Alone.
Bye.
Hey listeners, don't forget to find You Don't Know Jack Show on Facebook at facebook.com/You Don't Know Jack Show. Twitter at twitter.com/Don't Know Jack Show. and Instagram at instagram.com/YouDon'tKnowJackShow. You can also follow Carson on Twitter at Radio Ruben. Now back to the show.
Thanks for listening to the You Don't Know Jack Show with Jonah, Aaron, and Carson. If you want to read articles, get more information, or have questions about the show, go to our website, youdon'tknowjackshow.com. You can subscribe and listen to the show on iTunes, Google Play, YouTube, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio.
I'm here so I won't get fined.